Hey y'all, it's Larry the Bag here. The other day I was browsing online for some movies to watch, when all of a sudden I found the Slenderman movie. I don't know much about Slenderman. I only knew about it when the first game became popular. It was only when I tried the second game I became a bit more interested in the character and did most of the basic research. But I quickly lost interest. Fast forward to the 2018s, Sony posted a trailer for a Slenderman movie on YouTube. And I thought, what the fuck? A Slenderman movie in 2018? Isn't it a bit too late to make a movie of this guy? I saw the trailer, I didn't think much of it. I still wanted to see it though, just because of the Slenderman character. I did hear about the movie here and there, and it wasn't the nicest thing I heard about it. I never did see the movie that year, and quickly forgot about it. Fast forward again to this year, when I finally took the time to watch it. Like I said, I didn't know much about the Slenderman character. The thing I knew about this character was from the games and the little of research I did back in the day. The only thing I got from the game was that you needed to collect some drawings, and Slenderman didn't like that. I did some more research after I saw the movie to see if the movie was loyal to the source material, because I'm gonna say it right now, this movie wasn't that good. But what I found during research was quite interesting. Slenderman was created in a Photoshop competition in 2009, as far as I know. This picture became popular because of the creepiness factor, and people started to make creepy stories about this guy, and of course games. I also think some people made a YouTube channel of Slenderman, of some guys getting terrorized by him. Because of all this popularity, because of all the stories, because of all the lore Slenderman got, he became a phenomenon, like a legend. But for some of the younger people at the time, it became a bit too real. Back in 2014, in Wisconsin, two girls aged around 12 lured one of their friends, also around 12, into the woods, where they proceeded to stab her 19 times and left her for dead. Miraculously, the girl survived, and the two other girls got caught. When the cops asked the two girls why they did that, they said because of Slenderman. They needed to end their friend's life so that they can join Slenderman. But like I said, the girl luckily survived, and the two other girls got 40 years of compulsory mental health care. It might be because of the event that happened in 2014 that the people that made this movie removed some scenes, because of many things I saw in the trailer were missing from the movie. Many of the characters just disappear, never to be heard of again, and all the death scenes we saw in the trailer were removed. Or it might be because they wanted to make a PG movie so that more people could see it. The movie starts with two girls hanging around just talking, and they sound so unnatural, even though they are supposed to be best friends. And I know what you're thinking with the two girls in the beginning. But no, this movie wasn't inspired by that event, and it's a completely original story, as far as I know. Then we cut to the rest of the group, talking about some stupid shit, until they meet some boys, who we see just one more time after this and never again. Except for this guy. We skip to later that day where we see the main character eating dinner with her family, where they still sound very unnatural. The main character is gonna have a sleepover with her friends, so one of them comes to pick her up. Then the little sister is like, "Can I join the sleepover, please?" And the emo girl is like, maybe next time, grasshopper. Grasshopper? What the fuck? We see the girls talking about some stupid girl stuff, until one of them mentioned what the boys earlier in the day were talking about. She says that they are going to try to summon Slenderman tonight. The main character is like, who the fuck is Slenderman? Then we get this backstory that he is some sort of an old-timey creature, mainly focusing on kids. Some he takes, some he kills, or make them kill themselves. Others he makes them go insane and blah blah blah. So they're like, alright, let's summon this bitch. They find a video online on how to summon him. They follow the instruction, and then this movie suddenly becomes a rip-off of The Ring. They shrug off the video after they're done with it and then go to sleep. But it seems like some of them has trouble sleeping. The main character has a nightmare, and then we skip to 1 week later from that night. The girls are in some sort of a school trip to a church or a graveyard, where the ginger girl notices something or is looking for something in the woods. Maybe she's looking for a soul. I'm kidding! Oh my god, I'm just kidding! In the end of the school trip, the girl is missing. They don't find her, so the cops sends the kids back home. We see the main character babysitting her little sister, until we hear a sound of something going on downstairs. And here comes a big problem with not only this movie, but with many other horror movies out now. The fucking jump scares. Jump scares are not scary, at least not for me they aren't. Jump scares are not true horror. It is just something that flashes in your face with a loud sound. Yes, you might get startled, but then you laugh it off and forget about it. Horror is something that sticks with you. You should still feel it after you're done with the movie, game, or whatever horror media you were in. I'm not saying that I hate jump scares in particular, but you have to earn them. I only hate them when they're overused or when they're predictable as all hell. Because everyone can do it. Just go find a spooky picture online, edit a loud sound in, and boom, there you have a jump scare. But I wouldn't do it here. I swear. Luckily for the main character, it is not Slenderman, but the father of the ginger girl. And he's like, where is she? Where is Katie? When I was watching the movie, I was like, who? Oh shit! I forgot that these girls have names. The reason for Katie's father being here is because he blames them for getting his daughter into some cult stuff, and the reason for her disappearance. So Haley, Ren, and Chloe goes to Katie's house to see what's the deal with this cult stuff. They find some Slenderman drawings and that she has been on some Slenderman sites and got in contact with a person who apparently knows a lot about Slenderman. So Ren takes the laptop home so that she can talk to this person. The person tells Ren that there is a way to get Katie back, and that is if they do a stupid ritual where they sacrifice something they love and they put a blindfold on so not to look at Slenderman. So they do, but for whatever reason Chloe takes off the blindfold and looks at Slenderman. God damn it, Chloe! You got like one job and it was just not to look. The girls fail the ritual, so they go back to their houses. When Chloe gets to her room, Slenderman starts to FaceTime her. Yes, I know, FaceTime her. Of him getting into her house to get her. Slenderman starts choking Chloe, but when Chloe looks at the mirror, she sees that she's choking herself. What the hell is going on? So I think some days have passed and Chloe hasn't been to school. Ren starts to do more research of Slenderman in the library, where Slenderman shows up to terrorize her. And this is the only scene that I kinda like in this movie, because we see that Slenderman is doing some trippy stuff. Ren gets back to reality, oops, there goes gravity, and gets out of there. We cut to Haley getting asked out by the dude in the beginning, where Slenderman is lurking in the woods, just looking at him. But before Haley goes out to her date, she and Ren goes to visit Chloe, since she hasn't been answering her text. They get to Chloe's house, but nobody's answering, so they try to check through the bedroom window, where they do find her, looking dazed out with shadow underneath her eyes. And then they leave. Okay? Not gonna check out if she's okay? Okay. And this is the last time we see her, by the way. Haley goes to her date where they start making out. Until... Hey, come here. I'm not kidding here. When I saw this scene for the first time, I laughed out, like loud. Is that supposed to be scary? Haley starts to explain to the boy. He has a name, but I don't really care. About the Slenderman things. That they summon him and all that stuff. We also got the information earlier in the movie that the reason the boy group aren't stalked by Slenderman is because they chickened out during the ritual. She makes him promise that he will not look at the Slenderman video. Yep, he's dead. The next day we see Ren and Haley at school, and the boy is late to class. He seems to be dazed out too, and with some bruises in his arms. And then, we never see him in this movie again. I think the reason why these characters just disappear from a movie like this is because they were supposed to die, but those scenes were cut out. But we can still find these scenes from the trailer that I showed you guys earlier in the video. Later that night we see Haley relaxing in bed, trying to get in contact with Ren, until we hear Katie. Who the fuck is Katie? Yeah, am I right? I also forgot when I was watching the movie. Katie starts calling for her from the woods. Some spooky stuff happens and then she wakes up in bed. She goes to the bathroom not feeling good, and also... Pregnant? Out of the belly comes some tentacles? Twigs? Slenderman? I don't know. And then she wakes up again. Yes, a dream within a dream. This time it is the little sister freaking the fuck out. The family takes the little sister to the hospital, where Haley starts to see some weird stuff and has one of those stupid dreams again. The little sister has a freak out again and starts yelling, "He has no face! He has no face!" Haley gets it now and goes back home to take a look of her little sister's laptop. Haley sees that her little sister has been to the same sites as Katie, and there is also a video, conveniently, where we see that it was Ren that brought Slenderman to her. Haley's of course pissed, so she goes to confront Ren, ready to kick her ass. When Haley gets to Ren's house, there is no one to be seen, until Haley finds Ren outside her bedroom window, trying to commit self-deletion. Haley manages to save Ren, but then Slenderman starts to FaceTime Ren of him coming to get her. Haley locks the door to keep Slenderman out. It doesn't matter because a tree managed to get hold of Ren and kill her? Kidnap her? I don't know. And now, Haley's all alone. And she decides to sacrifice herself to Slenderman if he leaves her little sister alone. Haley does find Slenderman in the woods, ready to sacrifice herself. Slenderman starts to transform to take Haley, and then she starts running away. What the fuck are you running? Aren't you supposed to give yourself up to him? They have a little chase sequence, but it doesn't last long and Haley gets absorbed by a tree. The little sister freaks the fuck out again, and the movie ends with the narration by the little sister saying that the Slenderman still lives on, or something like that. So, yeah, this movie sucks.